Stop everything you're doing right now. Because if there's one image that has completely broken the internet over the past few weeks, it's the idea of Taylor Swift, fresh off her own wedding at Madison Square Garden, sitting in a pew at Cristiano Ronaldo's star-studded ceremony, absolutely sobbing. And honestly, the rumor mill has been working overtime trying to figure out why. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and let's get into this, because the theories behind those tears are absolutely wild. There's something about the collision of two massive celebrity worlds that captures our imagination like nothing else. Taylor Swift, fresh off her own wedding on July 3rd at Madison Square Garden, and Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer legend who just wrapped up his emotional World Cup campaign in Toronto, are both dominating the headlines this summer. And with Ronaldo and his longtime girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez reportedly planning their own nuptials, the speculation about who would be on the guest list has been absolutely fever pitch. Now here's where the drama really kicks in. According to sources, Ronaldo and Georgina are planning a ceremony that could reportedly cost even more than Taylor and Travis's wedding, and with both couples being the most talked about engagements of 2026, comparisons have been inevitable. Some outlets have even framed it as a competition, a battle of the celebrity weddings. But here's the thing that makes this story so emotionally complicated. What if Taylor wasn't just a guest at Ronaldo's wedding, but was genuinely overwhelmed by what she witnessed? Let me paint the scene for you. Imagine Taylor, still in her newlywed glow, attending one of the most anticipated weddings of the year. She's surrounded by football royalty, A-list celebrities, and the kind of opulence that makes even Madison Square Garden look modest. And as she watches Ronaldo and Georgina exchange vows, after nearly a decade together, after 5 children, after building a life that the entire world has watched unfold, something in her just breaks. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Taylor Swift doesn't cry in public. She's too controlled, too intentional, too aware of every camera in the room. But let me remind you of something. Just weeks ago, at her own wedding, it wasn't Taylor who was the emotional one. It was Travis. One guest even said you would think the bride would be the one crying more, but it was actually Travis that was more emotional. So what if at Ronaldo's wedding, the roles were reversed? What if Taylor, watching two people who have been through so much together finally say "I do," was reminded of everything she's been through to get to this point in her own life? And here's the part that really gets me. Ronaldo and Georgina have been together for nearly a decade. They've weathered scandals, career changes, and the relentless pressure of being one of the most famous couples on the planet. Taylor and Travis, they've been together less than 2 years. They're still in the honeymoon phase, literally. So watching a couple who have already proven they can survive anything might have hit them in a way they didn't expect. Not out of jealousy, not out of sadness, but out of hope, out of the realization that this is what forever actually looks like. And let's talk about the timing. Ronaldo's wedding plans have been described as a deliberate break from the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce playbook. While Taylor and Travis went for the grand spectacle of Madison Square Garden, Ronaldo is reportedly opting for something more intimate, more personal, more rooted in his Portuguese heritage. And maybe, just maybe, Taylor saw something in that choice that made her reflect on her own whirlwind romance. Maybe she realized that while her wedding was a production, Ronaldo's was a homecoming. But here's what I keep coming back to. Taylor Swift has always been someone who feels deeply. She writes songs about heartbreak, about love, about the moments that changes forever. And if she was crying at Ronaldo's wedding, it wasn't because she was sad, it was because she was moved. Moved by the love she witnessed, moved by the journey that couple has been on, and maybe, just maybe, moved by the realization that she's on her own journey now, one that's just beginning. At the end of the day, we may never know if Taylor Swift actually broke down in tears at Ronaldo's wedding. The rumors are just that, rumors. But if she did, it wouldn't be a sign of weakness, it would be a sign of humanity. A reminder that even the biggest stars on the planet are still just people, still capable of being moved by love, still searching for the same thing we all are, a forever that lasts. But what do you think? Do you believe Taylor actually cried at Ronaldo's wedding? And what do you think would have made her so emotional? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shape our pop culture, because this This is what happens when two worlds collide and the emotions are absolutely real.